It's a subject that's a sore point with many Indians, especially after the Delhi gang rape last month exposed how much of the police force spends its time on VIP security. It's actually nearly 30% in Delhi. On Thursday, the Supreme Court slammed the Delhi police for justifying this, saying that security for VIPs actually enables them to take bold decisions. An angry court has directed the Home Secretary to file a detailed affidavit on details of security that's given to political leaders and how much money is spent on that.
ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार किसी को सिक्योरिटी मिल गई तो हमेशा के लिए वो बरकरार रहेगी। वो बराबर रिव्यू होता रहता है और ये थ्रेट परसेप्शन पर डिपेंड करता है। रेड बीकन से बड़े जो इंस्ट्रक्शन है बड़े क्लियर हैं। वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बहुत क्लियर टर्म्स में बताया हुआ है किसको अलाउ करना है।
यदि वीआईपी सिक्योरिटी में कुछ कटौती या कमी करनी चाहिए जनता की रक्षा के लिए, तो उसके लिए भी जरूर करना चाहिए, उस पर कोताही नहीं बरतनी चाहिए।
Well, that debate over VIP security has been a long-standing one and one that's got revived as a result of what happened in the Delhi gang rape. Harish Salve, senior lawyer who's been passionately fighting against all of this, joins us tonight. Also joining us this evening is senior lawyer Majid Memon from Mumbai, and we're being joined by Kiran Bedi as well here in the studio. Mr. Salve, to you first. I mean, the court came down really heavily on the Delhi police for the explanation that they offered. And, you know, in your experience, was this really the most absurd explanation that you heard for why there is so much VIP security, that it enables VIPs to take bold decisions? It helps them.
See, the only difference between what Delhi police said and what the other states have said is Delhi police was honest, the others were bluffing about the need for security. Delhi police candidly said that unless the security guard is posted outside a Supreme Court judge's house or a High Court judge's house, he will either not be impartial or he will not be bold. I mean, that is their perception of life. So this is, we are still living in the British days where the officials who wield power must overawe us minions by show of signs of authority. That is their mindset. That mindset hasn't changed. Even the union government, when I had challenged about giving priority to people on the traffic, said that senior civil servants, when they are given the beacon, they need the beacon because they travel on important work. So if a joint secretary, under secretary or a secretary is going from point A to point B, his work is important. But if a poor doctor or a poor lawyer is going to his place of work, his work is not important. If a doctor has to go and perform an urgent surgery, that is not important. So this is their perception of importance. So, you know, these are all relics of the Raj. And we have to get rid of all this rubbish. Yes, I can understand, and as the court also indicated, constitutional authorities like the President of India or maybe even the Prime Minister or the Chief Justice of India, who are high-ranking constitutional authorities, you give them for a little sense, or the uniform forces.
But why?
There's no question about uniform forces.
I'll ask Majid Memon this. Why should the Chief Justice of India get a red beacon and all the frills of it? Why? I mean, I can understand the President and the Prime Minister. Why should judges have that?
I can just tell you, I mean, the Chief Justice of US doesn't use it.
Yeah, so I'm asking just a common sense question, Mr. Memon.
Now, Nidhi, I have heard Mr. Salve. I respect his feelings, but with respect, I may not fully agree with him, for several reasons which I can, if I get a couple of minutes, I can explain. See, we can't compete or compare ourselves with United States or United Kingdom, because we know that the Prime Minister of UK would drive his own car on the streets of London, and even sometimes he would be charged by the constable. You know, but then that's of course a different story, because the facts and circumstances attending to that Chief Prime Minister and the people there would be substantially different from our Indian conditions. Now you see, we have got 100 crore people, of course, to be managed by the police force, which is very limited. And therefore, this is indeed a question of debate, that wherever not necessary, the security guards must be lifted. We are sorry to say this, that there are a number of cases where a person, a VIP, enjoys the benefit of a posse of constables and officers and cars, continues to enjoy even after he or she relinquishes his office. Well, this is something ridiculous. And therefore, Prime Minister, the President and the Chief Justice alone must enjoy this benefit. I don't agree with this. There are several other constitutional authorities, there are several people who would also want, but not as much as probably, which would be extravagant, which would be a wasteful expenditure, because it's a poor man's money, poor country, naturally. And therefore, we'll have to strike a balance between, just 1 minute please, we'll have to strike a balance between the need to provide security to the people who are vulnerable to threat or who need security necessarily, and of course, the need of the policemen to be put at other spots and places to prevent cases like gang rape.
That it's a cultural thing, that you're not going to find.
No, see, Harish, Mr. Salve has taken up this important point of jamming of traffic when passage of VIP. I support him to a great extent. He's right, because why an ambulance should be stopped if a VIP is passing?
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app, fully optimized for retina display, full screen view, faster response time, and Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.